The findings were both welcome and surprising. A study by NUS Business School's Center for Governance, Institutions and Organizations found that Indonesia is leading the way in Asia when it comes to the number of women in its corporate boardrooms, though the entire region still lags behind developed Western economies. Lead researcher Dr. Marlene Dieleman presented the findings of the report to an audience at Jakarta's Financial Club.
Why is boardroom diversity important, and what does it mean? Globally, as a governance indicator, diversity is gaining more and more attention.
Focusing on companies listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange, the researchers found that 11.6% of seats on the board of directors of listed companies here were held by women. That compared to 10.3% in Hong Kong, 8.5% in China, and 7.3% in both Malaysia and Singapore.
My study is based on facts. I don't really know why I see these numbers, okay? So now I start to speculate. I feel Indonesia has a very rich tradition of diversity. Pluralism is deeply rooted in Indonesia. There's a whole variety of people in this country. I think that also shows in the selection of talent in the top of the corporate world.
The financial services sector had the highest percentage of women directors, more than double that seen in the industries at the other end of the scale, agriculture and mining. Mari Pangestu is the top woman in Indonesia's government. A former trade minister, now in charge of tourism, she has her own theories on the findings of the report.
The role of mentoring and role modeling is very important. That's why I think maybe one of the reasons why Indonesia has made a lot of progress is that we've had a woman president, we've got a woman leader of the Democratic Party in the parliament, we've got women ministers.
The researchers of the NUS report say the prevalence of family-owned businesses has also been a contributing factor, but a full 40% of Indonesian listed companies still have no women at all on their boards.
The entry level, you have almost 50% women, 50% men, but there's this funnel effect where you have lesser women making it to the top. And that a lot has to do with how you learn to balance family and career. So how companies, state-owned enterprises or private companies, they need to give the supporting environment for women to still continue to develop in their careers while having the, I guess, flexibility to be able to deal with family issues.
A panel discussed measures that could be taken, including ensuring greater flexibility in the workplace and encouraging women who have achieved success to mentor others.
Relaunch what's called Indonesia Women Council to look after what can we do better to ensure that we can attract, develop, retain the right women leadership in the bank.
Opinions were mixed over whether the government should enact affirmative action policies such as quotas. All agreed, though, that having more women in the upper echelons of the corporate world makes sound business sense.
More and more studies seem to suggest that there is a business case for diversity. In terms of companies that display more diversity in their boards perform better and also show increased performance on certain governance indicators such as attendance of board meetings and also monitoring function of the firm. So there is overall a very strong argument for diversity in boardrooms.
Indonesian business magazine Globe Asia collaborated with the NUS researchers on the study.
We've been doing a number of lists, and one of those lists is the 99 most powerful women. And why did we decide to do that? It was basically to show that successful women can achieve great things in Indonesia, and that we also wanted to empower more women to feel that they could contribute.
The Indonesia study follows annual reports on diversity in Singapore and may lead the way to further studies elsewhere in the region.
Where do we go from here? Well, we are very excited about this research in Indonesia, and we don't want to stop at the first inaugural report, so we're going to monitor this every year so that we can observe the trend. Are we going to also do other countries? Perhaps we will include other countries in the future.
Dieleman says that presenting the facts is key to raising awareness about the importance of diversity and to starting a dialogue on ways to improve it. For NUS Business School, I'm Ryan Meltzer.